I'm Chris Gasper, and this is Globe 10.0. I'm joined today by Chad Finn. We saw what Josh Beckett did last night against the Yankees in the season opener. Chad, the question is, he's still worth the dough?
Of course he's still worth the dough. He's never had a great history against the Yankees, save for when he was with the Marlins in the 2003 World Series. I think his ERA is about 5.3 since he's been with the Sox. They sit on his fastball. Last night he didn't have the breaking stuff working, and they hit him pretty well. But it's no cause for concern down the road for me.
You're not concerned a little bit, though? I mean, the one strikeout. He goes 4 2/3. He threw 94 pitches, 54 for strikes. But one strikeout, the first time since 2007, he only had one strikeout. That was a little concerning to me. I'm not going to overreact. I agree with you. It's one game. Yeah. But the one strikeout really surprised me.
I'd be more worried if we were 10 starts into the season and he had done this a couple of times. But it's the first game. It's a night game. All the pomp and circumstance. Sabathia wasn't a whole lot better. He melted down a little bit too. I'm giving Josh Beckett a mulligan on this one.
Let me ask you this. How much of Beckett's performance do you think had to do with Victor Martinez catching him? We saw last year, basically, Beckett was the only guy still being caught by Jason Varitek. There seemed to be some issues with Martinez. Do you think that affected him at all last night in terms of performance? Is that something to watch moving forward?
Well, Beckett's a pitcher of routine more so than pretty much everybody else on that staff, and he was very comfortable with Varitek, and I think what we saw last night was probably an opening day thing, that Martinez is their starting catcher. He's the guy who's going to be in there, but once we get rolling here, I think Varitek will probably catch Beckett like he did down the stretch last season.
Yeah, and a game like last night, Chad, I think just tells you how difficult it is to pitch in the American League East. I mean, CC was rolling, and he kind of ran out of gas. These lineups are so deep, like we've talked about before, and I think that's kind of what hurt Beckett. He said he didn't have great command of the fastball or any of his off-speed stuff. Left a pitch up to Granderson that Granderson golfed out of the ball. But he just didn't have it last night. Let's not overreact to one start. Lock this guy up to the extension. Give him the money, because pitching is the strength of this team.
At worst, he's a pretty good third starter, right?
Yeah, that's great.